Techies and scientists, welcome to the channel. Techies and scientists, today is December, welcome to the channel. December 24th. Techies and scientists, this is the epitome or the apex of what you call epicenter Cloud Valley. Okay, what you call epicenter. Now, if anything has been building up to this day, if they wanted to drop the market, probably not today. It would not be. Wanted to drop the market ever, probably ever. But I'm just saying, it would not be today. But I'm just saying, yeah, they would drop it any other day. So as you can see, yeah, the VIX is low. So as you can see, it kind of spiked up a little bit on Tuesday, a little bit on Wednesday, and then keeps dropping off. You see, we're looking at right now the Dow. I mean, it's been trending straight up. So I mean, it's only what 30 stocks. So and the Nasdaq is about 100 stocks, and yes, obviously S&P 500 in its name. That's about 500 stocks, and that says a lot about the future of the market in itself and what that means. I will get into that lesson. Well, I'll touch briefly on it a little bit later on today, but at some other time I will touch briefly about what that means. Because sometimes when we talk about SMT divergence or because sometimes when we talk tools, we're thinking, okay, so which one is leading? Which one is which one is more important? Which should follow who? Now, if you think about it, if you have a basket, which should follow who? That has 30 rocks in it of the same size, and then another one has 100 rocks of the same size. That they're really popping by hedge funds and big companies and big deep really popping, and then you got another bucket which is slightly bigger and wider that has about 500 rocks. Another bucket. So which one is heavier? Which one has more weight? 500 rocks. I mean, just use that analogy alone. That tells you a lot about just use that analogy who should be leading who. When it comes to SMT divergence. And by SMT divergence, I mean when it comes to there's a cracking correlation. Now, if we're taking a look at this one right here, there's a cracking correlation. You see that when you're looking at this, right here, you see that now right now, there you go. So if you look around 2 a.m. and roughly around to 10 a.m. Okay? So you can see that for you can see that 500, the ES, it's been training up. Okay, so that you can pretty much kind of assume that it's been training up. Okay, and but for Nasdaq it's something slightly different. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom in. But for Nasdaq it's something slightly different. Okay, if you all allow me to do this. For Nasdaq it's something slightly different. And I'm already getting some warnings. And I'm already getting some warnings. And now we have the Nasdaq. Let's do the same thing here. And now we have the Nasdaq. Okay. And what you will see that the Nasdaq kind of plunge a little bit lower. Okay. And what you will see, so it dipped a little bit lower, and the S&P did not dip a little bit, did not dip lower. But if you look at the Dow, the YN, I mean, not only dip, it did much lower, and then you have a wick that Dow way above and below it. I mean, so that one in itself alone kind of tell you which one is leading who. So that's why when you're comparing, so that one in S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, and the Dow Industrial Average. If you see that the S&P is trending up and it's not showing any sign of dropping, you see that the Nasdaq is dropping, or you see that the Dow Jones is dropping, then what you can do is do a turtle soup long. Did I say that? Turtle soup long? Then what you can do is do a turtle soup long. So turtle soup long is you're looking at the relative equal lows here on So on the Dow Jones, you're looking at the and then lows here. You put the buy order right at the bottom here, at the very bottom. So I mean, there's a high probability that you may get stopped out. I mean, especially right at the bottom here, trading the Dow. So I mean, but you can put a buy signal like around 8:30 or 9:30 a.m. because you already know if it's bullish what it's going to do. If it's going up like this, once 9:30 kick in, it's just gonna drop. If it's bullish, and then you can put your buy order like this. Once 9:30 kick in, I'm not saying that I did that today, but usually when I'm trying to have a high buying point, this is usually what I'm not saying that I did that today, but usually when I'm trying to have a high buying point, this is usually what I'm saying that. Let's see what's going on in the market. It looks like it's war and war. It's going higher and higher, and I love it. So with that being said, let's take a look at it's going higher and higher here, and I love it. So with the greed index, so since the volatility is dropping, we have the greed also increasing a little bit. I mean, we talk about like a month ago, we have the greed when the market was at this all-time high. I mean, we talk about like a month ago, there was extreme fear when because the volatility index was really high. Now the volatility index, which is the VIX, there was extreme fear. That and since it's been dropping and the fear and greed index is gearing toward the greed, and it's a Christmas rally. This is kind of like the time of the market where you get a little bit of a grace, Christmas rally, where you kind of like that one day, yeah, you like kind of know like there's a high probability it's gonna go up. There's not gonna be like a significant drop. They kind of throw this bone at us, peons, and retail traders and dumb money. They kind of give us that bone, throw this bone at us. Alright, but you still gotta be careful because you might still lose money. Okay? So you have to still know when to get in and how to get in. Still gotta be careful. Yeah, let's cover some logistics here about today. So this is what we have going on for today. I believe the market will close early at 1 p.m. So this is closed. I don't think the market will open today at 6 p.m. I could be wrong. And even if it's open, it's not gonna be open for long. 6 p.m. Okay. And it could open tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Thursday, but not today. Okay. So yeah, the market will be closing in early, and with also that being said, I'll be shutting down my live stream early. I am not going to be here for early, unless I see some amazing price action. I don't know. Could happen less. Unless I see some amazing price action, then I'm gonna close shop early. I'm trying to keep it 30 minutes or so. Unless I see some amazing price action, then I'm gonna close shop Christmas Eve. I'm trying to keep it most people are usually out of work by now. Christmas Eve. They should be. If you will be at work, you're gonna get paid time and a half. If you're in the US. If you're somewhere else, I don't know. I don't know the laws in your country. Yeah, as you can see, even the dollar's going up. I mean, yeah, you got perfect euphoria going on. If you ask me, you have the stock market going up, you have the VIX going down, and then you have the dollar slightly going up. I mean, it's not dropping at the same rate that the market is going up here. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at wow, Lord, I love the same rate. I mean, I think out of all of this, I think the Nasdaq looks the most ridiculous. I mean, but if you're in the S&P, I mean, I think out of all of this, I think the Nasdaq I did not trade in. Well, ridiculous. I did trade in early this morning. I traded the Nasdaq, but I did not. I didn't go as wild as I wanted to. I traded the Nasdaq. So here we are. So this is the. So here we are. This is the. It's like a bigger chart. So here we are. This is the. Trying to see if I can get it. It's like a bigger chart. So here we are. So on Ninja Trader, it's like a bigger chart. This is kind of like when I'm trying to find a possibility for SMT. I have all the charts line up against each other like this. As you can see, I have all kind of color scheme. I have black, I have green, I have blue. Blue is my favorite color one. As you can see, I have all kinds of color scheme. When I come into this area right here, and I see the Nasdaq is dropping. When I see this is a 2 minute chart right here. Is it 2 minutes or 5? And I see the Nasdaq is dropping. Okay, that's okay. So as you see, on the top one is Nasdaq, the middle one is S&P, and the bottom one is obviously Dow. On the top one is Nasdaq. When I see Nasdaq is dropping so fast like this, especially on 940, and then I'm looking at Nasdaq is dropping so the S&P 500 is not dropping as much, and then I'm looking. So that kind of telltale sign that it's going up, it's edging and going up and up and up. So that kind of like the same thing for here. Sign that it's going up. So the Nasdaq is a little bit more dramatic when it comes to the drop. Like the same thing for here, and I'm looking at the S&P and I say, okay, if it gets to this level, and then the Nasdaq, the S&P, which was up, then I'm gonna put a buy signal. If it gets to this level, and then the Nasdaq, because as you can see on that same time frame, you see there's a red candle for both the ES and YM. But for the ENQ and Nasdaq, there's no red candle at 10 o'clock. But there's the one next to it, so I could use that as a point of entry right here on top of it to go long. But just prognostication, kind of like help you get into the trade on top of it to go long. But just prognostication, kind of like help you get into the trade to call it day. But just prognostication, kind of like help you get into the trade to call it day. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a switch up here. MNQ. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a switch up here. MNQ. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a switch up here. MNQ. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a switch up here. MNQ. So now we have the Nasdaq coming up, and on my other screen, I'm gonna take that chart and put it on another screen. I only have 3 screens, guys. Only 3. So now we have the So I think some people said that they can trade on their phone. Even for me, trading with like 3 screens, I feel like it's not enough. So I don't know how people do it with just with just one tiny little screen. That you take and trade on. You can manage a trade. Yeah. So on your phone, I think some people said that they can trade on their phone. Doing a whole trade even for me, trading with like 3 screen, I feel like it's treacherous. So I don't know how people do it with just with just one tiny little. Alright. So with that being said here, so looking at the Nasdaq, my thing is I want to go long. I am not even gonna bother and take a trade to go short. Not gonna happen. I'm not going to put myself in that predicament to go short. If I go short, it will be very short. It'll be like right here, and then I'll go short, and then I'll wait for it to drop like right here and get 2 to 5 points and get out of there. So I would avoid shorting at all costs today. I guess some people say that. Let's compare this Christmas rally or the Christmas Eve rally to our seasonal tendency. Yeah. So just like I've been mentioning, so with that being said here, 4 months at the Nasdaq, my thing Christmas rally. So we're seeing it come into fruition today. If you had any doubt at any point, take a trade. Here you go. So it may not be a spectacular rally. It may not be anything miraculous, but you're not gonna see a drop by like
I'm not going to
3,000
put myself
points
in
or
that
anything like
predicament
that.
to go short.
I mean,
If
even
I
if you
go
do,
short, it will be very short.
it'll be probably a quick
It'll be like
recovery the same day.
right here, and then I'll go
Literally.
short, and then I'll wait for it to drop like
Okay.
right here,
So
and get
that's what we
three to
have
five
going on
points and
here.
get out of there.
So let's see
So
what we do today.
I would
Is
avoid
what, the
shorting at all costs
24.
today.
So it seems like we may get a substantial rally from the 23rd this Christmas all the way until the end of the year. Okay. So historically, it seems like it just keep going up from the 23rd all the way up.
Just like I've been mentioning,
It seems like Christmas came a little bit early this year, right? So since the 17th, it's been going up and up and up and up relentlessly. Take a trade. You have that.
Here we go. So I mean, it may not be a spectacular rally. It may not be anything miraculous, but you're not gonna.
So yeah,
drop
guys, it's
by
literally
3,000
kind of like go through the same process all the time over and over. I mean, there's nothing magical about this. And the reason why I'm doing this and kind of like repeating, going through the same process over and over again, is to ingrain it in your brain. Like, this is what you need to go through, going on a daily level, okay?
So it seems
And
like
then
we
you
may
drop it down
get a substantial
to
rally
hourly, then from the hourly to the 15, and then you check your seasonal tendency, and then after you check your seasonal tendency,
historically,
okay,
it seems like it's just
you
keep going up.
check the VIX and what's going on, and then you're trying to have a feel what's been going on in London.
Since the
How to best approach, how to make an entry, okay? So this is kind of like the whole goal and the idea. So right now, if I want to go long, so this is what I'll do.
So yeah,
So since
really kind of like go to the same
price
process
drop
all the
here,
time over and over.
and it kind of break above here, so I'm expecting a quick small retracement. The reason why I'm gonna put a buy signal right here, same process over and over again, is to ingrain it in
Order
your brain.
submitted.
Like, this is what you need to do. I mean, it may retrace a lot lower and get all the way over here, and that will be a loss. And that's the case, then it is what it is. So right now, I'm just gonna put a safe bet and kind of have a quick retracement here. Check and then using those drop down candles as the other block. Trying to have a feel what's been going on in London. Again, it may drop significantly lower. So this is kind of like the whole goal. Then if it drops significantly lower, then that will be a penalty, of course, I'm going to pay, I guess. So this is what I'll do. So yeah, so since
really kind of like go to the same
price drop, I
here.
think sometimes what it can do is get kind of low here and then get into that gap right there at 871, 25,871, and then rally up. But at the end of the day,
Order submitted.
Buy. Literally. So I mean, it just sing that song lower right now. Buy. That's it, and that will be a loss. Then if I suffer a loss, then I'll just get back on it again, and then just put in another trade.
For the safe bet and kind of have a quick
Alright, let's see what other one I'm getting here.
as the other block. Trying to have a feel what's been going on in London since the 17th.
Can everybody hear me okay?
It may drop significantly lower.
I mean, there are some days, I mean, this is going pretty good, and then there are other days, and it's just, it's not looking too great at all. So let me know what you can see. Or I think sometimes what it can do is get kind of low here, and then get into that gap right there at 871, 25,871, and then rally up. But at the end of the day,
Order submitted.
Buy. Literally. So I mean, it just sing that song lower right now. Buy. That's it, and that will be a loss. Then if I suffer a loss, then I'll just get back on it again, and then just put in another trade.
For the safe bet and kind of have a quick
Alright, let's see what other one I'm getting here.
as the other block. Trying to have a feel what's been going on in London since the 17th.
Can everybody hear me okay?
It may drop significantly lower.
I mean, there are some days, I mean, this is going pretty good, and then there are other days, and then it's just, yeah, so on your screen, you may see like some tickers at the bottom. I am working
Order
on
filled.
getting some kind of tickers there, so it's a work in progress. It's not working the way I want it to. Nothing does, right? But at the end of the day,
Order
you have to
submitted.
go the way you want it to. It's always a struggle.
Just sing that song. Alright, so we have our trade in right now. So we are anticipating price to get higher from here.
Back on it again, and then just put in another trade.
But I mean,
Order
even
submitted.
though prices has a tendency to go higher today, it has not been the best price action I've seen though. And you know,
And usually that's not the goal. The goal is just that it's not going to drop. But you know, I've seen better days where it's been better. Yeah. So on your screen, you may see like some tickers at the bottom. I am working
Order
on
filled.
getting some kind of tickers there, so it's a work in progress. It's not working the way I want it to.
alright, so since that price is back up.
Order submitted.
So if price were to retrace much lower, so what would I do? What should I do with my stop loss? Should I trail it and pull it all the way here? Maybe that could be a bigger loss. But yeah, more than likely that's
Order
what I
submitted.
do. If price were to kind of drop a little bit, I will drag it and put it at the level of 838. And you know,
And usually that's not the goal. The
but
goal
this is
just that
not
it's not going to
standard
drop.
practice. This is not
You know,
common. I
I've
would
seen
not
better
advise
days.
doing it. I would just say whatever,
It's been better.
wherever you put your stop loss, just
So
keep it
on
there.
your screen, you may see
And again, the job of the stop loss is to prevent you from further losses.
Order filled.
So I'm risking 20 points to make 50. You can say this is like a 2 to 1. And but along the way, I'm
Order
gonna try to
submitted.
get a partial. Usually after 25 points, I usually try to get a partial. But I do not have any good view on what's going on the trade side. I pull it all the way here. Maybe that could be a bigger loss. But yeah, more than likely. that's
Order
what I
submitted.
do. If price
So
were to
it is
kinda drop a little bit,
11:52
I would drag it and put it at the level of
New York local
838.
time.
We're about to get into lunch.
Usually that's not the
But
goal.
this is
a
not
good
standard
time
practice.
or
This is
area
not
for
common. I
reversal.
would not advise doing it. I would just say whatever,
But I think it's still
wherever
got
you put your stop loss, just
some
keep it there. Area to go
and
much
again,
higher
the
to
job of the stop loss is
888.
to prevent you from further losses.
Order filled.
But I guess before it gets there, it's gonna drop first. So I'm risking 20 points. So to make as you can see, it's dropping a lot lower You can say this than is anticipated. like a 2 to 1. And but along the
And
way,
this is
kinda like how you manage your trade. You kind of like usually look at it. Could have gone short, yeah, maybe. But yeah, I wouldn't risk to go short.
Now, if you know,
Wherever you get in, it's a mistake.
Order submitted.
And then you feel like, man, you know, I don't
it
feel
is
right about this. I mean, there are two things you can do. You can close it early, or you can mitigate your risk, meaning you take that partial, and then you kind of like drag it here to break even, or slightly above there, and then you kind of like, you know, cut your losses in half, pretty much. This is what you can do. Area to go much higher. The job of the stop loss is to prevent you. Yeah, but my thing is
Order
today
filled.
for Christmas rally, I don't wanna say I'm so confident that's gonna keep going up, but it's just that I mean it's two micros anyway. I am not anticipating that it's gonna drop to like significantly lower. Could have gone short.
that's
Yeah,
that.
maybe. But
and then
yeah, I
some people
wouldn't
might
risk
say,
to
man,
go
you
short.
really believe in that Christmas rally. Yes, I do.
Now, if you know
Yes, I do. If you
wherever
go
you
into
get
your
in,
chart,
it's a
you
mistake.
Order
will see on the
submitted.
23rd, on the 24th,
You cannot tell me you seen the market drop by 1,000 points or 2,000
or
points.
you can
No way.
mitigate
Your risk.
Now, a combination of composite been dropping. If you add all the points together, yeah, it could add up to 1,000. Me, I'm talking about like a sharp drop, like 1 to 3 minutes, 1,000 candles.
Mm-mm. Yeah, But my thing
And
is,
I'm not saying it will never happen
Christmas rally,
because everything
I don't
can
know.
always be
That's gonna be
unprecedented.
going up.
But I'm
But it's just that
so
it's
while
too
we're watching
microwave
this,
anyway.
doing
I
this
am
thing over
not
there.
anticipating that it's gonna drop
Let's
to
see,
significant
cover again. So we got this whole week has been on auction. So I don't I don't know much about those bill auctions and
Order
what they do.
submitted.
I should have known,
cannot
but
tell
I
me
don't.
we
But
seen the market
one thing
drop
I
by
do know for sure,
1,000 points or 2,000
when usually in normal months, meaning in other months besides when you have a Fed cut rate, or besides the month of December when you have a rally like this, usually like in the morning before there's bill auctions,
And I'm not
you
saying
usually
it'll
got
never
a
happen,
lot of wonky price action. Price action going sideways. It's usually doing a lot of consolidation. Most like we've seen most of that yesterday, right? So if you take a look at the chart from yesterday, cover, really, what just happened here? So we got this whole week has been. My Ninja Trader just closed. Oh
so
man,
I don't I don't know much about those bill auctions and what they do.
I should have known. Yeah, it just closed prematurely. One thing I do know for sure, when usually in normal months, meaning in other months. So yeah, pretty much what I wanted to say is when usually during the week when you have all these bill auctions coming up, you usually have a lot of fun price action.
In the
They'll
morning
go sideways and then go up or go down and go sideways. It's usually not the most clean cut price action that you would sideways. It's usually doing a lot of consolidation. Most like we've seen most of that yesterday, right? So if you take a look at the chart from yesterday, cover, really, what just happened here? Yeah, so it's usually very funny, very wonky.
so I don't know much about those bill auctions.
It's not very clean at all. It's very it's trading efficiently pretty much. When usually in normal months, meaning in other months. So yeah, pretty much what I wanted to say is when usually during the week when you have all this bill auctions. Yeah, I'm waiting for Ninja Trader to load up. You usually have a lot of fun and they'll go sideways. I'm gonna see what happens to my trade or keep it on sideways. It's usually not the most clean cut price action that you would sideways. It's usually doing a lot of consolidation. Most like we've seen most of that. All right, so we kind of went over that. Took a look at the chart. So it's coming up. It's loading up. I don't need to see all that. Okay. Yeah. So it's usually very funny, very wonky.
So I don't know much about those bill auctions.
It's not very clean at all. It's very it's trading efficient. Yeah. So last time we talked about the Banner cycle and what it means. Created in 1875. Usually during the week and we took a look at all like the market performance and all the crashes that happened. Okay. Keep it on. And that's available on the website. You can see all of it. Like all the dates are closely related to each other. Okay. Alright. So the solar cycle progression. So I kind of dive in a little bit on that, looking at the moon and the quasars and then the times and all that stuff. Very funny, very wonky. What can I say about this? I have double feelings about it. I mean, we're talking about when it's very when you're talking about the moon or the Jupiter, it has to get in a certain time frame. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but you're gonna have to put in a lot of work in order to kind of see. I don't want to say mediocre result, but all the crashes that happen. Yes. So I mean, coincidentally, it seems like it's working, and I'm not saying
it doesn't work, but it's just that you have to put in a lot of work. You have to buy all kind of calendars. As you can see here, the Ibu calendar, you have to get that. So I kind of dived in a little bit on that, looking at the moon and the quasars and then the times and all that stuff. Very funny, very wonky. What can I say about this? I have double feelings about it. I mean, we're talking about when when you're talking about the moon or the Jupiter, yeah, you have to buy kind of like a astrology calendar in order to have access to all that. I mean, feel free to do all of this, but what I'm saying is it's quite a bit of work. I mean, it might be worth it, it might be worth it. Yes. So I mean,
season index.
coincidentally, it
That
seems like
is.
it's working, and I'm not saying that
Even
it,
for
it
me, that's
doesn't
kind of
work,
new.
but it's just that you have to put in a lot of
That's
work.
interesting.
You have to buy all kind of calendars. As you can see here, the Ibu calendar, you have to get
That
that.
makes sense. I'm like, wait,
And
why is this so
dived
zoomed in?
in a little bit on that, looking at the moon and the quasars
Okay.
and then the time.
So, I mean, this is the first time I'm looking at this. Usually, when I look for stuff, I just go and get what I need. I don't quite spend a lot of time looking around for stuff. So, this is my first time looking at this. It's a meme season index.
you have to buy
So it looks like we are in the winter season. So it's kind of everything is dormant. I mean, if you trade Bitcoin and XRP, I mean XRP is taking a beating right now.
quite a bit of work.
I mean, it might
as
be
you can
worth
see,
it. Everything is falling off.
season index.
So for the year, see now this is nice. Kind of take a look at the index for the year, for the past year. Me, what I want to see is an aggregation of okay, seasonally, this is what you have going on with your music. They get hotter in spring, die off a little bit, come back up in the summer. I want to see like a season, seasonally, what it does, like on average. Usually when I look for stuff, I just so that's what I would like
get
to
what
see.
I need.
Like this is helpful, but at the same time not quite helpful stuff. So this is my first time looking at this. Let me scroll down and see what
there.
so you and I were
it looks like
discovering this
we
together.
are in the
Winter
winter
season,
season.
season,
So
DeFi
it's
season.
kind of everything is dormant.
Yeah, if you're really into
Trade
crypto, I mean
Bitcoin,
that would be
XRP.
I think that would be very
XRP is
interesting.
taking
The
you
beating right
it's
now.
quite a bit of work.
Reading
it
for
might be
index
worth
is
it.
on here.
Everything is
Yeah, so this one is looking at it from historical
so for the
perspective,
year,
like how it's been going up and
now
down.
this
So
is nice.
kind of take a look at the index for the year, for the past year. Me, what I want to see is an aggregation of okay, seasonally. Like we're talking about on the scale, they get hotter in spring.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand. Die off a little bit, come back up in the summer.
here.
I want to see like
this
one year
like
the
a
higher
season.
it goes.
Seasonally looking at this,
The higher it goes, the
on
more
average.
fear.
Usually when
Let
I
me see.
look
No,
for
I guess
stuff,
it's the same
so
thing.
that's what I would like.
So if it's 100, it's extreme read.
This is
If
helpful,
it's zero,
but
it's
at the
extreme
same time
fear.
not
Got
quite
it.
helpful
Okay.
stuff. So this is my first
Interesting
time looking at
perspective.
this. Let me scroll down and see what
So yeah, everything was more optimistic like around October, and I'm sure right around October 10, people were not as optimistic.
beating right now.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah, so this one is looking at it from historical perspective. Yep, October 10. Yep, it was
up and down.
Yeah, the fear was really high. It was really high, which makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's a good website you can use, guys. Kind of like have everything in one spot. But I mean, one thing you can use. Alright, so I have my Ninja Trader load up. I was just doing this to kill time. And let's see how we doing with that so far. Got it. Okay. That's the wrong one. Interesting perspective. So yeah, everything was more optimistic like around October, and I'm sure right around October 10. So yeah, so even though it kind of logged me out, the trade was still going on. So now, if you have any doubt
that that the server or the broker is controlling your trade. I mean, this is it right there. I mean, on my desktop, the Ninja Trader was literally closed, gone, but the trade was still going on online. So if it's still going on while you're out or away from the application, so you don't think the broker can control it from their end?
I have my Ninja Trader
Load up. Food for thoughts.
I was just doing this to kill.
Food for thoughts.
Let's see.
All right. I don't see the live chat being excited. I mean, the market in itself is not very excited.
And today is Christmas, so I am going to wall off a little bit early. I wanted to cancel today's live streams, but since
So
I
even
committed to come through,
it
I
kind
said
of
let
logged
me
me out.
come through.
The trade
Okay.
was still going on. But yeah, this one is a short one, sweet
Now,
one,
if you have
and I will be back on the second week of January, not the first week. I will be back on the second week of January, meaning on my desktop.
The Ninja Trader was literally closed, gone, but the trade was still going on online. So if it's still going on while you're out or away from the application,
That would
so you don't think
be
the broker can control it from their
back on
end?
the 12th. The week on the 12th. I'll be back on that.
Load up.
Food for thoughts.
Look,
Lies.
food for thoughts.
Yeah, so I'm anticipating that price is gonna go up from here.
The market in itself.
I mean, it's very lethargic. I mean, this is lunch or on lunchtime right now. It will probably gonna go sideways for another hour.
I wanted to cancel today's
I mean, I
live
put on
streams,
the trade just to kind of show you kind of some good price action. But yeah, it's gonna
But yeah,
go
this one
sideways
is
for
a
a
short
little
one,
bit for
so
an
now
hour,
if you have-
and then right
will be
around
back
right before 1
on the
p.m.
second
it's
week of
close.
January, not the first week.
Okay.
I will be back on the second week. With that being said, let me check the live chat to see if I don't have any questions. Nope, I do not see any questions. So if it's still going on